Louisiana Beer Reviews, Special Edition number 4, Natural Ice Revisited. Natural Ice was introduced by Anheuser-Busch in 1995 in response to the mid-90s ice beer craze. It is the companion beer in the Natural line to Natural Light, which was introduced in 1977 as the premier, or premium, I should say, Anheuser-Busch Light beer, which was later supplanted by Budweiser Light. Natural Ice is 5.9% alcohol. It uses 6-row in Munich barley malts, and it uses a variety of U.S. hops. It gets an awful rating on Rate Beer. It gets a D- on Beer Advocate, although the bros gave it a C-, and I gave it an A- when I rated it last year. And it gets an ordinary rating on the Beer and Meat, which is considered a low rating on that website. Here's a 1996 U.S. Olympics commemorative bottle. All the Anheuser-Busch bottles in 96 had the Olympic symbol. They were the official beer sponsor of the Olympics that year. Natural and Natural Ice have always had that strange horse collar bottle and can design. Here's a later bottle design from 2006 when they updated the design. And then in 2007 came out with this, which is very similar to what we have now, except you see the caps are different. This had a born on date. I noticed the new bottles do not have a born on date, just a code date, which I don't know what that is, but this is pretty fresh. It says on the side ale, and on the front lager. It doesn't say beer because it's above 5% alcohol, and that's typically a no-no to call something beer above 5%, although this says beer. Louisiana, I don't believe, is too strict about it, but other states like Texas, it's a big problem, so they call anything above 5% lager or ale, even though it's still a lager, not an ale. I always did like this beer. When I started drinking beer in February of 1996, I wanted to try everything, and I'm still trying to try everything, but I tried this and I thought it was good, and I always did like it. And then I found out about 2 years ago, starting to read beer reviews, that I wasn't supposed to like it, that it's a trash beer. So, well, I got to enjoy it for a long time till I found out it was a trash beer. Anyway, let's see what I think about it now, a year after I gave it an A- on Beer Advocate. Okay, lots of smoke with this. Well, not much of a head with this one. Very thin white head. A clear straw appearance with lots of bubbles streaming up the glass. Lots of bubbles. And now let's go with the smell test. Very faint, clean water, and some sweet malts, and probably it's using corn. It's got to be using corn as an adjunct. On Rate Beer, it's described as as a malt liquor, but on Beer Advocate, it's just described as American style lager, American adjunct lager, and the Anheuser-Busch website does not list it under the malt liquors. It listed it under just the Natural line. So it's really not a malt liquor. But then what is a malt liquor? That's just a made up term anyway. A malt liquor is just a strong beer. It's usually a strong lager, so that's all just bull anyway. All right, let's go with the taste test. The aroma was faint but good, and the taste, you just get a rush of barley malt and the grains and sweetness. There's some hop bitterness at the end of the taste, and in the aftertaste. There's some other flavor there, and I can't put my finger on it or my tongue on it. I don't know what that is, but I think it's good. Whatever that flavor is. It has a lot of prickly carbonation, and overall the beer is light. The body is light and watery, and the finish is crisp, clean, refreshing, and dry. You get just that overall sweetness. I like the fact that you got a good value price, $7.49 for the 12 pack of 12-ounce bottles, which these days is a good price. 10 years ago that would have been sky high, but thanks to inflation, those values are gone. But it's a very easy drinking beer. The drinkability is super high. I don't see anything negative about it in any way. No, it doesn't taste like apricot or chocolate or strong coffee or coriander. But on the other hand, it has a good, mild, pleasant beer flavor. And you get the 5.9% alcohol, elevated strength. And I think in that respect, it's a very good value. In the taste, it's a good value. I enjoy this, and I'm going to still stick with the A-. I think it is an excellent beer. I think it's very consistent. You buy natural ice in the cans or the bottles. You're not going to see it on draft probably, but every time I get it, it's exactly the same. It's got that Anheuser-Busch super high consistency standard. It's reliable. I enjoy it. I'm glad I bought the 12-pack. I'm going to have it with the steak and beans and salad. It even almost has a little bit of a nutty flavor in there. So yes, I'm going to stick with the A-. I'm going to let haters hate, and I'm going to say, laissez le bon temps rouler. This is an excellent beer. And I'm going to end this review by saying, roll, wave, roll.